Today on Karamo.
This here is my life.
Just months ago. What does it say?
It says Gerald is not your father.
Tyawana finally learned for sure that Gerald was not her father.
I know you feel really lost right now.
Yeah.
Today, she has returned
I am your sister.
to find out if this woman, Geneva, is her sister.
The stuff you said on our first show and the stuff you said now has been totally different.
And if this deceased man, Roger, is her father.
I can't ask him those questions because he's not here.
The years and years of family questions
Okay, so then stop faking.
are still causing issues to this day.
Are you two actually ready to find out if you're sisters?
Tyawana's son is about to join her side for support.
Are you ready?
Is Roger her father? Is Geneva her sister? The DNA outcome is about to be unlocked. All right, welcome, friends. The last time we saw Tyawana, she told me she has never known her true identity. Tyawana's Aunt Julie told her that Roger, the man she believed was her father, was actually not her dad. Tyawana's mother, Carol, was with another man named Gerald around that time, and Julie believed that he was Tyawana's real father. After enduring 35 years of jokes at Tyawana's expense, we sat down with Tyawana to help her discover the truth. Let's watch a clip from the last time Tyawana was here. So growing up, you did not know who your father was.
I knew what they said.
Okay,
Roger's
which was?
your dad.
This is a gentleman named Roger. Is your
Gentleman
father.
named Roger is my dad. That's what I knew. When I was 7, Gerald was dating my mom. And then 16 to 18, I don't really remember how old I was. And my Aunt Julia was like, no, it's not a joke. Gerald's your dad. And I'm like, whoa, why am I just learning this? I should not be sitting here on a Karamo show asking who my dad is.
That's true, and I'm very sorry. That was your mother's job to tell you.
This DNA outcome is going to either give you clarity or is going to, unfortunately, still keep you lost. Are you ready for this moment?
Honestly, I'm ready.
What does it say?
It says Gerald is not your father.
I can support you on this journey. We have a whole team here who can support you to get these answers if you want the support.
I do.
Because you don't deserve to feel lost.
No.
So as you're on this journey right now, just know that there are people that love you, who want to give you something, but I can get you the answers.
Listen, y'all, I really meant it when I told Tyawana I would help her on this journey. So everyone, please welcome Tyawana back to the show. You're so cute.
Thank you.
I already hugged her backstage. I ran up to her and was like, "Hey, my love."
Yeah, thank
How
you.
Are you?
I'm making it.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you because when you told me you would help me, I was just like, yeah, okay. But when you actually called me back, like, we ready to help you, we want to help you, yeah, that touched my heart.
I got you, sis. I got you, bro.
I really do appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no, we got you. We got you here. We got you here. Because to be very honest with you, it broke my heart that, here you go, love.
Thank you.
It broke my heart that you felt lost.
Yeah.
I didn't want that for you. You didn't deserve that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's get into it. Who are you here with today?
Today I'm here with Geneva, who could possibly be my sister. She's Roger's daughter, and I have my son in the audience somewhere. And basically, I'm happy that she was able to say, yeah, I'll help you to see if Roger is your dad. I'm hoping the results are ended today, and I know who my dad is because I'm just still left in the cloud, and I just want the answers that I need that I'm happy that you're helping me find.
Yeah, so this was another man that your mother had said could potentially be your father.
So originally, as long, like I said, and before, all I knew was Roger. Roger's your dad. He just wasn't there. He just walked out of your life when you were 4, which I remember him going out the door with a radio of mine and me crying for it. And then as an adult, I remember it was like 2014, my mom had got in contact with him because I was having some living situation issues. And she got in contact with him. He was like, yeah, I got a place in Georgia. Come on down to Georgia. So I went down to Georgia. I stayed with him for about 30 days. That was an experience.
Yeah.
When he passed away, I didn't go to the funeral or anything. I just didn't feel like his family really felt like I was his daughter. They didn't include me.
Yeah.
Let me put it like that.
It's interesting because the man that we tested before, you had this relationship with and you were hoping that it could be him.
Yeah.
And with Roger, even though he abandoned you as a child, you did have a moment with him later on in life, but there was no connection there.
There was no connection. I mean, I did call him dad. My oldest son, he called him grandpa.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the connection like I had with Gerald.
Tell me about your grandma
se.
Grace.
Well, my grandma Grace, I always heard stories since I was a baby.
That's Roger's mother, right?
That's Roger's mother.
Okay.
And I always heard stories since I was a baby that, oh, she's too light to be your daughter. I mean, I would go to her house sometimes and I would see pictures on the wall, but it was none of me. And I'm just like, okay. I didn't think of it. But then as I got like older, you start going to friends' houses. You go to friends' grandparent houses. So you see friends' grandparents have pictures of them on the wall. You know, different things. I was like, wow, I never seen that at her house.
Yeah.
But I seen that at Gerald's family house. So that's when I more led so to believe, okay, Gerald's my dad, not Roger. So that was the figment that I planted in my mind. Geneva, I didn't really have a sister bond with her. And she's 9 or 10 years older than me. But when it goes back to Grace, I just don't feel like she ever accepted me. Even when that time when I was down there with my dad, with Roger, I say my dad. I don't know what I say.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
I say my dad to him. I say my dad to Gerald. So,
Yeah.
But with Roger, when we was down there and Grace was still alive and she had like a family dinner, they was welcoming me back to the family. And she just grabbed me and was like, oh, you've been so lost and we haven't seen you in years, and it just didn't feel genuine. So I just always felt like she never really accepted me the way she accepted Geneva.
So there was all this sort of like abandonment mixed in with this sort of like I'm denial mixed in because you're right here and they're just basically saying to your face like I don't know if I want you. I don't know if you're mine. I'm
know.
rejecting you. I'm you know
And that's the part, not to cut you off, Karamo,
cut me
that
off.
if everybody was adults, that was the part when you felt like that as a grandmother, Grace. You could have pulled my mother to the side and said, I don't think that's my son's baby. I'm not contributing. I'm not giving nothing. I'm not doing nothing. Give me a DNA. I'm sorry. I have sons. And I don't care how any girl will feel. If I have any doubts and if my son is not stepping up to the plate, I'm going to be like, hey, give me a DNA before I be that grandmother. So I don't get why she never asked that or anybody. Even Roger, maybe he felt like that, and maybe that's why he wasn't involved. I don't know. I can't ask him those questions because he's not here.
And that's been your complaint since the first time you were on this show, which is, why is everyone joking about this?
And I still feel like everyone's joking about it because people's like, oh, you're 35, girl. You don't need no dad. No. I do need to know who my dad is. I need to know where I come from.
The stuff you said on that first show and the stuff you said now has been totally different.
Wait. What's different about it?
Geneva is about to join the conversation.
Okay, so then stop faking.
The years and years of family questions
For me to hug you, for me to kiss you.
are still causing issues to this day.
Are you two actually ready to find out if you're sisters?
When he passed away, I didn't go to the funeral or anything. I just didn't feel like his family really felt like I was his daughter.
And that's been your complaint since the first time you were on this show, which is, why is everyone joking about this?
And I still feel like everyone's joking about it because people's like, oh, you're 35, girl. You don't need no dad. I need to know where I come from. I need to know if Geneva is my sister so I can try to build that relationship because I lacked on it. I'm not a sister.
Well, listen, everyone, I think it's time to talk to Geneva about her perspective on all of this. Joining us now from Decatur, Georgia, is Geneva. Friends, welcome Geneva to the show. So, Geneva, thank you so much for being here. Why did you agree to take the DNA test?
Well, Tyawana called me and she said something about, well, I just found out that Roger may possibly not be my father, and did I mind doing a DNA test for her? And right away, I was just like, yes, I would do it. That's just the type of person that I am. I would do it. I was quite shocked when she said that because I've always just assumed She was my sister.
Yeah.
So I was taken a little back, but she told me that, she just wants to find out who she is. And I feel like everybody should know who they are. So,
Agreed. Geneva, I have to ask you, what was your relationship
Mm-hmm.
growing up like with Roger, your father?
our families are entwined a little bit. My grandmother and both of my grandmothers were best friends. Roger had his demons. He was not there for us. I don't really ever remember him being in my household to begin with, but we remained. I always knew he was my father. When he could come around, he did come around. That's what it was. He wasn't there for me. So I know he wasn't there for Tyawana as well.
Wow.
And that's just how it is.
Yeah, so both of you had that similar experience where both of you had basically abandonment at younger ages.
Yes.
Yeah, Geneva, did you know that your grandmother Grace denied Tyawana?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
As far as I was concerned, it's just she was just never around. And it was kind of understandable that she's not around because of my dad's situation. Technically, I probably wouldn't have been around either if our families weren't so close.
Right.
Even though my dad, Roger, wasn't there, I still remained going over to visit, family time, things like that, vacations. So
Right. That's the part. I didn't get that. Nobody came and picked me up. Maybe it was because of the simple fact that your mom, like you said, and Roger, and your grandmother. I didn't even know that your grandmother and Grace were friends. That's something I just learned just now. But see, you did get that cookout.
Yeah, but
that's
that's your mother's responsibility. My mom actually making sure that we still had a relationship. And to tell you the truth, Roger was never even included. So that's just how it was. I mean, I've always known about your mom. I've always known about you my whole life. So I didn't go, half of the stuff you don't know, I don't know either.
Geneva, but during those years, did you get picked up? Did you go to Grace's house? Or I don't know. I know we had some conversations before, and I feel like we could have had more.
The only time that would ever happen, honest, is if my aunt would come pick me up.
But why she wouldn't come pick me up?
I was begging.
You get what I'm saying? You got picked up. Why not me? We both lived in the Bronx.
Exactly, but what kind of relationship did your mother have with them? I would not even have a relationship with them if my mother didn't have a relationship with them.
Right.
If they weren't best friends already, I would not have been in that situation either.
and
Because
that's
when
the sad
my
part
mom
of
broke up from him, Grace never denied you.
Okay.
I feel like she did. So where was the part about your light skin and your dark skin and Roger's dark skin? What does complexion have to do with it?
Where that came from? Because I don't do the light skin, dark skin.
But Grace did.
But what I'm saying is, she never said that to me.
Right.
I've never sat in her house and heard her say that.
You are his daughter, you're my sister. That's not something she would say to you directly. I don't think that's something that she would say, oh, well, Geneva, Tyawana's light skinned, so she might not be your sister. I don't think she would say that to you. So you have these doubts
because of your family. I've never heard anybody say that, honest to God. Since I've lived here and she was alive and everybody was living, I go over there, they ask me if I heard from you because me and you started having a connection. My thing is, clearly you've known about Gerald and stuff your whole life. The stuff you said on that first show and the stuff you said now has been totally different. And I was a little upset about it.
Wait. What's different about it in your opinion?
Okay, so then stop faking.
The years and years of family questions
For me to hug you, for me to kiss you.
are still causing issues to this day.
Are you two actually ready to find out if you're sisters?
Tywana's son is about to join her side for support.
Are you ready?
Is Roger her father? Is Geneva her sister? The DNA outcome is about to be unlocked.
Roger had his demons. You know, he was not there for us. Half of the stuff you don't know, I don't know either. The stuff you said on that first show and the stuff you said now has been totally different.
Wait, what's different about it in your opinion?
Okay. The first show, I recall you saying you didn't talk to him or see him till you was 16.
I stayed with him for 30 days, and I stayed with him for 30 days.
I wouldn't stay with nobody that I mean, I'm just saying you still stayed with him.
I never said I didn't stay with him.
Enough to, why would you stay with a total stranger?
Because my mom said that was my dad.
Okay, but
at that time, I didn't have any place to stay. So the offer was...
I mean, I understand that, but you also said you had a relationship with Gerald the whole time, right?
I did.
Growing up. Okay, so you had two people that you considered was your father. I never knew that. If he was alive right now, he would have never known.
He knew that? You think he didn't know that?
He knew that
when I lived
that you was not his child. When he talked to me on the phone and he was saying how he was just so happy to get his daughter back, I think by then he had connected with you first.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, I say that to say I never knew that there was a possibility of you never to be my sister until you told me that on that phone.
That's my thing right here, because I'm hearing a lot of what the effects of the trauma from Roger on both of y'all. And I think what's happening right now is you two as women are like now trying to put pieces together, and it's sort of like, well, I didn't know and you didn't know and I didn't know and I didn't know, which I think we can all agree that Roger didn't do a good job of informing either of you or being there for either of you. And that is the point of it.
I can agree on that.
And I think that's the reason why you didn't go to his funeral, is because you're like, I don't know this man.
I didn't go because of something that Grace said to me. And as far as I know, what Geneva had told me was Grace took over everything. So why am I going somewhere where I don't feel welcome? Geneva has extended offers to me, but it's like...
Tyawana, they always ask me about you. Like, you may not, of course, you're not there, you don't know.
Do you remember this thing she said, Geneva, that she said that Grace, your grandmother, had said about her that would stop her from going to the funeral?
That part I don't know. There was not no funeral. I was stuck doing everything. She could have been there for a phone call. Yeah. She could have been standing by my side.
I did call you.
For much.
I did call you.
Me.
So don't make it seem... Well, all right, so Geneva, you would step in and stand and be by my side, but not know if he's your dad. You know he's your dad.
Doesn't matter.
You know he's your dad, so that's why you did all of that. I would have did the same.
But I didn't know you not my sister.
So that's why you mad?
I'm mad because you never showed up for me. It
How
doesn't
would
even
I
matter
show up
about
for you and
him.
I don't know who you really are?
Okay, so then stop faking. Stop calling, stop faking. Let's not pretend we can't have a relationship if at the end of the day, you're not even going to try.
I did. Wait. I did try. I did try, and then me and you got into altercation, and that's what broke the relationship. Just like, all right, you saying try, but are you here? You could have got here.
I'm not there.
You could have been here for me to hug you, for me to kiss you when they say the results and I am your sister. I don't feel like you want to put the effort.
A show don't make no difference of whether or not I've extended advances to you.
I never
and you
said
know
you
that
didn't.
deep in your heart.
I never
okay,
said you didn't, but you making it seem like, oh, I wasn't there for you when he died. You had more than enough family there for you when he died.
Who?
His family. They knew you. What was said to me was when I called and I said, "Oh, Grace,
Baby, there wasn't even no funeral.
And I said, "Grace, how are you?"
In my China
and she said, "What kind of question is that to ask somebody that just lost their son that you ain't give a about?" That's what she said to me. So why would I come?
It's not about Roger at the time. It's about me and you. I needed you.
All I'm still hearing is the abandonment from Roger that y'all two are taking out on each other. Because the thing is that at the end of the day, I need you two to understand that this is about two people who were both abandoned. You both were hurting, and yet you're both looking at each other and saying, why didn't you make a better decision and be there for me? Why wasn't I picked up? Why weren't you there for me? Why didn't you, you're saying like, I'm not your sister, we talked, are you saying this? But the thing is that she's just telling you right now, Geneva, that she didn't know how to be there because she didn't know, she was abandoned. But when people have felt abandoned, they make choices from that abandonment. Just the same way you're making choices. And your choices are not wrong, Geneva. And your choices weren't wrong either. You were making choices to try to protect yourself. And you were trying to protect yourself from a man that's no longer here. And that's why it's important that this relationship gets mended and we get answers if you two are actually sisters. Are you two actually ready to find out if you're sisters?
I am.
Geneva, are you ready?
Yes.
Listen, I know there's a ping that's going on that we do need to get to. Let's listen to a message that we received from Tyawana's mother, Carol.
I told Tyawana when she was little that Roger was always her father. She thought Skeeter was her father because Grace, who is Roger's mother, always told him that Tyawana was not his daughter. I myself am 1,000% sure that Roger is Tyawana's father.
Okay, we're ready.
Yeah.
Before I give you these, I do want to bring your son down, who's in the audience, and I want him to be here with his mom. You want to come down here and be with your mama right now? Come on, looking fresh to your polo. How you doing, man? The reason I'm bringing him down here is because I want to make sure that not only do you see that you have support and love from me, but you've started an amazing family. You've created, as a strong woman, even through your trauma, a young man that looks at you and he doesn't have any questions. But the time is here. Are you ready?
As ready as I'm gonna be.
All right, here you go. Is Roger her father? Is Geneva her sister? The DNA outcome will be unlocked next.
You are the father. Get off my stage.
I never knew that there was a possibility of you never to be my sister until you told me that on that phone. I'm mad because you never showed up for me. It doesn't even matter
show up
about
for you
me.
and I don't know who you really are.
Okay, so then stop faking.
But the time is here. Are you ready?
Okay. It says Geneva is your sister.
That's your Auntie Geneva, by the way. Good. Okay. How are you feeling?
Relieved.
Yeah.
Still confused. I don't know why that rumor went around that Gerald was my dad when Roger was my dad the whole time. Just wish I could take some time back.
Yeah. You got to release that guilt, and I'm going to tell you why. Because somebody was there with him, and she's saying to you that she didn't even have that relationship. So what happens sometimes is we get plagued with the what if, what could have happened, what should have happened, but she's telling you she lived the alternate life that you're thinking in your mind, well, I didn't live it, and she didn't have it. Am I right, Geneva?
Exactly.
So right now, you can release that. The thing is what gift you did get was a relationship with Gerald, who I met, who did love you, who was there for you. So the universe constructed something for you in this moment, we don't know why, for you to at least get that. Because if Roger was around, unfortunately, you wouldn't have had it. And the reason we know that is because, Geneva, I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that as a child. Geneva's telling you right now she didn't get it. But who can be there for you and who has been trying to be there for you, and you said you're gonna try even harder, is this woman right here.
Here I am.
Take those words I just said. Take those words. Because I know you sort of gonna have like, well, I missed out on time with my father. You got just the amount of time that sounds like she got. Now use that answer to say, let's bond together. Let us make new memories. Let us love on each other. Let us be there for each other.
Yes.
And I know you already said you want to.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Geneva, are you ready to have a better sister relationship with Tyawana?
Of course.
Yes. Yeah. What's the first thing y'all gonna be able to do together?
I don't know. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to stop talking to her through Messenger.
Okay, you're gonna start talking to her on Messenger?
And only Messenger.
So now
I
you
think we
gonna-
need to be on the phone.
Now you gonna text her and call her?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm gonna tell you this as well. Your grandmother, Grace, she had her own trauma and she put that onto your father. And even though you were around with Grace and you were there, and I don't know, and I'm not calling her a bad woman, I can also tell that you didn't get the relationship because otherwise she would have been able to say, hey, you need to be in this fold more. And you said that you were there, but you weren't really included. You talked about that. So I want y'all to also both release that relationship as well. Because anything you hold on about with Grace is only gonna hurt you, it's not hurting her anymore. Yeah. So release that as well, okay? I just wanna give you these things of tools that you can use to heal yourself, all right? Yeah. I want you to pick up the phone, go talk to Geneva, you go hang with Auntie Geneva. You ready for Auntie Geneva? You wanna say something to Auntie Geneva now?
I just feel like it's different now that I know that I have an aunt and I have cousins that I don't know yet, and I like to know them now.
Yeah. You excited to meet them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, y'all gonna have a great family. I'm so glad I could be here for you. You have a little bit of closure and some answers?
I have a lot of closure.
You got some tools to use, especially when it comes to your father and when it comes to your grandmother?
Yes.
Listen, I'm so happy you have your answers. Everyone, stay with us. We will be right back.
He is literally like a brother to me.
Why did Joy's best friend no-show her birthday party?
You know how bad that made me feel.
She's about to finally get the real answers.
Was there something that I did?
But will that lead to this friendship being over for good?
You're a puppet master.
I'm a puppet master.
Absolutely, because
I'm a puppet master.
Joy says that she hasn't spoken to her friend of 20 years in 14 months. Jermaine missed her birthday party, so she chose not to attend his. Everyone, please help me welcome Joy to the show. Come on, come on. Come on, dress and heel. Oh, I see you. Come on, dress and heel. Let's just get into this. So you missed your best friend's birthday party.
I did.
What happened?
Initially, he missed my birthday
missed your party.
party.
Okay, yeah. So your best friend
Yes.
missed your birthday party.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Now, Jermaine and I have known each other for a long time. He is literally like a brother to me.
20 years of friendship?
High school.
Yes.
High school.
Wow. So you haven't spoken to him in 14 months, though?
This is true. We have not spoken, and it's sad. Not speaking to him or not being a part of his life or my life or seeing his accomplishments in 14 months, it's taken a toll on me. And I just felt so betrayed because we went through some really hard times together. So the betrayal is real for me because, excuse me.
I see you shaking. This is hard.
It is. I don't have my friend anymore, and that's why I'm here. I need him back.
It sounds to me, even beyond that, and also seeing your body language right there, you lost family.
I did.
This is family for you.
He is. He's definitely family for us. I mean, we grew up together. I'm like an aunt to his daughter.
Yeah.
When his grandmother passed away, I was there.
Take me back. You met when you were 18 in high school, and so you're kids. So from 18 to now, describe your relationship.
So after high school, you know, people grow, they go. I happened to run into Jermaine at a fashion show. So over time, we just developed this really strong bond.
My producer told me y'all two got matching BBLs together.
Okay, yes, we did. We got. So listen, Jermaine is that friend that he is down to do whatever. We love body beautification.
This y'all on the plane to go get y'all BBLs?
That's us on the plane on the way to get our matching BBLs. We experienced that together, and that really, to me, created an even stronger bond.
But you did tell my producers that you did notice that Jermaine at some point wasn't being a good friend to you. I want you to explain that because it sounds like everything's been good.
Everything was good. Once we got back from the DR, I started to notice a shift. And I'm feeling like, okay, we've been connected, talking to one another, over each other's house every day, so why aren't you answering my texts or my calls?
Yeah.
Or when I invite you out, you never show up. There's been times when I'm like, you know, come meet me here, or let's do that, and oh, I'm on the way, or what's the address? He'll ask me the address 1,000 times and he'll never show up. And I'm saying, but when you call me, I dropped everything. So I just felt like it wasn't being reciprocated. And, you know, as you can see, it just wasn't being reciprocated. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed.
Are you the blue or?
I'm the blue.
Okay, so when they closed, he said 6'5", where you at? I'm sorry, LOL, where you at? I called you, what you doing? I'm here. If y'all not coming, just say so, I'm going to go home. So it was basically a sort of you begging him in a sense in this text message because I haven't seen others.
Literally begging, and like it was really one-sided. It makes me feel like I'm looking like the crazy ex-girlfriend or something.
Okay, so even though you felt betrayed in that moment, you still ended it on a friendly note.
I did, because in that moment after my party, I still was trying to make sure I kept the relationship going.
So why didn't you go to his birthday event?
Because he didn't come to mine. Literally, just that simple. I felt like Jermaine needed to get a taste of his own medicine.
So that's when you got petty.
That's when I got petty.
I got it. Did you try talking about that with him?
After the fact?
Mm-hmm.
After the fact, after his birthday, I saw Jermaine, and he laid me out, flatlined me in the street. I tried to speak to him. I saw him downtown. He was with some of his friends that are my friends, and they didn't even speak to me. Like, they wanted to make sure they were siding with Jermaine. And so I'm like, Jermaine, and he walks down the street. And so I'm like, okay, I got your ticket. I know you. And then he turned around.
What hurtful things did he say?
Oh, you are fake. You're a clout chaser. And you and our mutual friend, you all want to hang out now. Everything that I felt like I was giving to him, he twisted it and threw it in my face and walked off and left me standing in the dust.
So after all of this, you still want to have a friendship with him?
I do.
Okay.
I am really big on people that I bring into my life. He's been around my daughter. I've been around his daughter. We function as a family. And this relationship is definitely salvageable. We got too much fun to have. If we could talk like someone like you.
I like to be that third party who can see both sides.
Yes.
I got you on that. So I think it's time to learn more about this birthday betrayal from Jermaine. Everyone, please welcome Jermaine to the show. Come on, Harness. I see you.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you as well.
Good to meet you. So, Jermaine.
Yes.
Just tell me, why didn't you attend Joy's birthday party?
Because Joy didn't give me all of the correct information.
Jermaine, I gave you all of the information. So just answer this question. How is it that everybody else showed up except for you? Do you know how bad that made me feel?
Why did Joy's best friend no-show her birthday party?
Was there something that I did?
She's about to finally get the real answers.
You're a puppet master.
Not coming. I'm a puppet master.
Absolutely, because I'm
a puppet master.
But will that lead to this friendship being over for good?
You are the five. Get off my stage.
We have not spoken, and it's sad. And I just felt so betrayed because we went through some really hard times together. Just answer this question. How is it that everybody else showed up except for you?
You told me
what did you not know?
You told me about a month or so prior to that you were going to be having an event. You didn't know quite where yet. You never gave me the time or any of that information.
Do you know how bad that made me feel? To have my friend.
Joy, first of all, you did not tell me what time the event was. Your actual
Jermaine,
birthday
every time
event.
you ask me to go places with you and you don't give me all the information, I still come. Not one time throughout the evening did you even send a text or make a call. So even if you knew
Why
it was...
didn't you then, Jermaine?
Because I actually did. I texted Joy and I called her, so it appeared as though some texts were shown, but probably not all of them.
Okay, yeah.
Because I definitely texted Joy
never got a
and I
text from
called,
you.
and as I was texting and calling you, I noticed that you were actively posting online
I never got a text from
that
you,
day.
and our mutual friend throughout the party kept making statements.
He's fake anyway, so I won't even discuss
See, there you go,
him.
calling him fake, just like
Because
you called
he
me
is.
fake.
So why didn't he come to my party, which he met you through me?
I have no control over
You did
a
have control
grown-up
because you're a
not
puppet master.
coming. I'm a puppet master.
Absolutely, because
I'm a puppet master.
He is easily controlled.
Wow.
Did you know that she was hurt over you missing her party?
Absolutely not, because she never gave an inkling of a feeling that she was hurt over it, because it was not purposefully that I missed your party.
So, Jermaine, why are you upset with Joy?
Fast forward, months later when it was my birthday, Joy decided to not only not show up, but she hit up friends of mine that I had introduced
That's
her
not
to.
true.
Very much so true.
No,
Let
it's
me hear this
not.
side.
Okay,
Yeah, please.
okay,
You had
okay.
your moment.
You had
You had your
friends.
moment.
Okay.
Thank you. Miss Joy decided to hit up friends once again that I had introduced her to and asked them to come to a different place, literally across the street from the place where my birthday party. And that's just how petty she is.
Can I have the stage now?
Absolutely.
And I thank you.
Own it.
I will. What happened was, I did get petty. I've admitted that. And I did not go to his birthday party on purpose. Later that evening, we did go down to the place across the street from where he had his party. At the end of the day, I gave you a taste of your own medicine, and you don't like it.
Do you feel like she gave you a
It was
taste of your
sour.
own medicine?
It was sour.
But do you believe you did the same thing?
I didn't, because it wasn't my intention to not be there for Joy. But in reverse, she intentionally decided to try to hurt me, and that, to me, says a little bit about her character.
Got it. So, well, we're talking about character, and I got to say something as well. What I've noticed as a third party that's out of this, and I'm still trying to figure out this whole situation between you, but one thing is that you do name calling. And I've already, in the matter of 5 minutes, I've had fake, clout chaser, puppet master, delusional. So why do you call her these names?
Because in certain moments, that's what she gives. Like, not real.
In certain moments, you do give fake, but you also give abandonment, choosing when you want to be in someone's life and choosing when you don't.
I'm not choosing when or when not to be in someone's life. If someone is not healthy for me, then I'm going to remove myself.
So are you saying that
from
I'm not healthy for
situation.
you?
In certain moments, you weren't, but
And
you...
in certain moments, you
hold
weren't
on.
healthy for me too. I'm here to really, really, truly find out. We go from living it up to all of a sudden, I can't reach you. Was there something that I did?
No, because we continued to be friends and hang out, so it clearly wasn't anything you had done at that point.
So she says that there was nothing, if you're saying there was nothing that was happened, then why do you say that she's a clout chaser?
Because I just feel like a lot of her stories don't make sense, and I think that she does things for clout.
Like I said
Absolutely
before,
not.
I looked at you like a family member.
Same way I looked at you.
It's never with competition. I take friendships very...
It's not a competition?
It's not a
Okay,
competition.
well, stand up. Let me see. Turn to the side. Oh, okay. I mean...
So y'all compete in the BBLs? Y'all
But it's
both
no
look great.
competition.
But
Y'all
it's
both
no
look great.
competition.
I love
Y'all
her.
both look great with your
Well, thank
BBLs,
you.
baby.
She
The
looks
BBLs are
amazing.
cute.
Amazing.
But the thing is that outside of this, I think that there is something that's deeper that's going on.
It
She's
is.
asked you, what is going on that's deeper?
we had amazing times together. You know, she was a sister. I'm an only child. So she was that person that I could actually talk to. She would listen. As she said, when my grandmother passed away, she was there.
Jermaine, your daughters had a relationship, right?
Right. I was lovely. She would go over there on the weekends. They would play together. They would go places.
So this is even deeper than you two.
Yeah,
This is like,
the connection.
this is another generation here, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I have a ping right
Absolutely.
here. I'm getting a ping, y'all. This is a message from Joy's daughter.
We're better than this.
Joy is about to apologize.
Yes, I did intentionally hurt you. And I am truly sorry.
But will her apology be accepted?
I have no control
You
over
did
a
have
grown
control
up
because you're a
not
puppet master.
coming. I'm a
You-
puppet master.
Absolutely, because
I'm a puppet master.
He is easily controlled.
Wow.
We had amazing times together. You know, she was a sister. I'm an only child.
Your daughters had a relationship, right?
Right. Yeah.
This is like,
the connection.
this is another generation here, right?
Absolutely.
Well, I have a ping, y'all. This is a message from Joy's daughter.
Hi, Janaya. It's been so long since we last saw each other. I miss you so much. I bet you're so grown up now. I promise you that when I get back for break from college, we'll have a girls' night, just us. It'll be so much fun and I can't wait. See you soon.
Aww. That just really touches me because we hung out together and my daughter all the time is like, where's Jermaine?
So when we connected with your daughter, it was like, this is my family. I can't wait to see her when I'm out of school. There was nothing but, she couldn't even get into this drama. What do you think when you hear that?
It's hurtful. To have lost the connection, be it temporary or whatever it may be, it's very hurtful. I miss Joy.
I miss you too.
I do not think that this relationship is so damaged that y'all can't get back together. I believe that what needs to happen is y'all need to, first of all, take a step back and start to communicate with each other better. I think sometimes when you have that friendship where y'all are both big personalities, where both of y'all have a lot to say, sometimes when you have that person reflecting the same thing back at you, it hurts. Now, something I try to teach on this show often is intention versus impact. And I hear that over and over and over again in this conversation. Is, it wasn't my intention, but the thing is that your friend is telling you that it impacted them in a negative way. Even with the name calling, your intention is, well, we've always talked like this, but your friend then is telling you in this moment, it's impacting me. And I think this is a lesson that you all need to learn immediately for each other if and when you start to move forward.
What impacted me the most was that I started to feel like our friendship was on the rocks after my birthday because I was so used to us being so close.
Can you apologize for the way that it impacted her?
I am sorry. It wasn't my intent to hurt you or to not show up for you. My life is very stressful, you know. There's no mother figure in my child's life, you know, losing my grandmother. So it was a lot of things that I was dealing with, and unfortunately, I didn't have room to always be available for everybody that was trying to pull at me. And for that, I'm sorry that I wasn't there or when you needed me.
I accept your apology. I really do. I really, really do.
But the vice versa. What was her intentions that she's saying that it wasn't her intention, but how did she impact you?
Well, she said it was her intention to get back at me and to hurt me, to give me a dose of my own medicine. So can
you apologize for that?
Most definitely. I am sorry. Yes, I did intentionally hurt you. And I am truly sorry for not being there for you. And instead of giving you a taste of your own medicine, I should have just talked to you about it. We're better than this. I hope you can forgive me too.
I can.
You do forgive her?
I do. I really do.
Oh. Can y'all give each other a proper hug with these BBLs?
Oh my
Okay.
Grab my butt, grab my butt, grab my butt.
Not grabbing the BBLs. Listen, y'all are full of love and light, and I'm happy for y'all. Y'all just to learn how to communicate, and just think about, use the words that you use today. The language, the way you communicate it is what's going to keep y'all healthy. But y'all gonna be all right. I'm glad to meet both of y'all. Everyone, listen, thank you for being with us. Come back next time, friends, so we can keep talking and growing. I love you all.